Hi everybody, it's Michael and I hope you're having a great day. I want to start something new, which is creating these video messages to kind of share what's going on in the department, where we're at, things we need to be working on, obviously highlight some successes we've had, and also a vision of where we're going on a couple of things. And I thought with so many things going on here in the summer of 2015, the first week of August is going to be the beginning of our busiest month of the year, and it'd be good to kind of point out some of the things that we've done over the past few months and also where we're going. You know, we've had a busy summer and we've done some great things on the TechQual Trio, the three projects that came out of direct response from the TechQual Plus survey given out in the spring. Cell phone coverage, Wi-Fi experience, and the LMS support were all highlighted. And I want to praise the Vancouver IT team for the work you've done. Coming together and everyone taking on different roles and different work groups to resolve and improve, where necessary, these issues. And first and foremost, the LMS group with Mike Caulfield and Chris Rhodes, you guys have just done a great job of pulling together, getting up to speed, new people learning this new system, Blackboard, that's coming out for us and all of WSU, starting here officially in fall of 2015, and prepping our faculty for that conversion. Has been a lot of work, and the 100 days of support, or actually it was 100 hours over 100 days of support, has turned out to be fantastic. I haven't seen the final numbers, but I know it's over 50 faculty sessions and probably over 40 faculty that have been helped already. And a lot of kudos to Scott and Michelle and Adam and Patty and everyone that's working on that group that has come together and really put in the time and effort to provide this training and support for faculty. That's going to carry on as we move into the birth of this system and everyone really using it beginning August 24th. So we're going to need to continue to be that area of support for this campus. And our vision really is that the help desk will be the first step in getting faculty support for Blackboard and other LMS tools going forward. The second tier would be some of the people that are in that task group. We'd like for you to carry on doing that at least on a temporary basis until we can get something more formally figured out. But having VIT as the Tier 1 and Tier 2 support level, so the help desk and then actual individuals who can help provide support for Blackboard, is the vision beginning in August. And then Tier 3 would be probably Global Campus, and Tier 4 would be our great educational technology leader on campus, Mike Caulfield. And of course he's got a big role for us to fill here on this campus, and we're going to let him do that by us providing Tier 1 and Tier 2 support here within Vancouver IT. So I truly appreciate everyone that stepped up and kind of taken ownership of our support for Blackboard. You know, the other big project that's going to be very noticeable to everyone on campus is the Wi-Fi project. And Chuck Harsh and Ryan Parker, you guys have done a fantastic job of really pulling together a group and looking at this problem from a variety of areas. Of course, we had the site survey that was done by Day Wireless, and kudos to Scott Frazier and Michelle Eccles for helping us find the right vendor for doing an on-site survey for our Wi-Fi experience. And we got the results. No surprise, we have some improvements to make. And in addition to that survey, we've done an audit internally of our own staff, auditing our systems. And kudos to Lori and Wallachie and Marty Randolph for you guys stepping up and helping us really get that figured out. And then we also have hired a consultant to do a review and audit of our system, and they are prepping those results for us. We've already seen a little sneak peek, and clearly there are things that we can do to change our configuration and settings of our routers and our switches to really improve the experience. So it's not just to the equipment that are providing the access points and so forth, but actually the settings on the equipment that we need to improve. And we look forward to getting those results and actually implementing some of the corrections that are needed by the fall semester. The other big solution that's being rolled out is something called CloudPath, and that is really an enrollment system for devices to connect to our network, and we're going to simplify that process for everyone on campus, faculty, staff, students, and of course guests as well. So right now we have several networks that are being broadcast, and people have to choose which network they want to use. We're going to simplify that so that everybody will go through the same process. Every member of the community will have a better experience because they'll go through that similar process. Faculty, staff, and students will be able to register their device using their network ID, And then that device will remember that registration. Every time they come back to campus, they won't have to re-register that device, except for maybe once or twice a year when we, at the end of semesters or at the beginning of the academic year. And then we're also going to provide faster experience for students online. Up till now, the student Wi-Fi has been much slower than the staff faculty one, and we're going to remediate that immediately so that they have the same speed that staff and faculty have. So by improving our configuration, our settings, turning on some features that we haven't turned on in the past, also by rolling out this system called CloudPath to simplify the registration process and connecting devices to the network and keeping them connected to the network, we really anticipate by August 24th that our students and faculty are going to have a much better Wi-Fi experience for the fall 2015 semester. So kudos to everyone. Matt Finlayson, who's been a big part of setting up the servers to run that new system, Ryan and Chuck, who have been working on, obviously evaluating the network and making plans to move forward with some of these systems. Everyone that's been on the team has just done a really great job. Can't forget Aaron Thorne, who helps us brand everything. He's helping making sure that it looks the right way when people do come on board and that they have a good experience via that web page where they'll register their device. The third big group that I want to give some props to is the cellular coverage project. And this is a much smaller group. It's not something that's going to be as tangible immediately for people to feel like suddenly their AT&T or Verizon coverage works better than before. But what we've done is we've hired Day Wireless to do an on-site survey. It was 5 days, and kudos to Michelle Eccles and Scott Frazier for coordinating, finding a vendor for that, and then going through the whole process of having them walk building by building, floor by floor, room by room to really document what we have as far as cellular coverage, or in many cases what we don't have for cellular coverage on this campus. And so what we're working towards is really coming up with an evaluation of what we have, where we can target in making improvements, and what are the options to actually improve cell coverage on this campus. I guarantee you we are moving towards making recommendations of some very viable and I think very reasonably priced, given the benefits we'll get, solutions for this campus. And so the cellular coverage project won't have immediate tangible results for everyone, other than the ability for us to, at some point here in the very near future, announce a plan of what we want to do to improve cell coverage on this campus. We are still looking for getting as many quick wins as we can before the end of the fall semester, and so we'll keep working on those. One other thing I really want to highlight for this message is the work that's going on for ChangeGear, and that is the ticketing system that's going to replace HealthSpot that Vancouver IT uses for recording and capturing and managing requests for support from the Vancouver campus. And ChangeGear has been a system that they've been working towards for quite some time, and under the serious leadership of Patty Paris-Simpson and her co-lead Chris Rhodes, we are at a point now where we're finally going to roll this new system out. And it's going to drastically improve our ability to be accountable within our own department and have better communication internally about what we're working on, who's working on it, and having work teams that are able to actually have visibility to requests for support. At the same time, it's going to improve for our customers. They'll have a way to provide immediate feedback if a system or if a solution hasn't resolved an issue, and also be able to provide more information about their request, and also provide feedback at the end if they're happy with the support that they received or not, or any suggestions they have on making improvements. Users on the campus will be able to log in, see all the requests that they have and that they have open right now, or ones that they've had open in the past, and they'll be able to track better where am I at on my problem that I called Vancouver IT about yesterday or last week. And so we're trying to really remove that black hole syndrome that has been mentioned from time to time about some of the customer service areas here in Vancouver IT. So it's exciting for us. ChangeGear is going to really revolutionize the way we track and manage our tickets or requests for support, and hopefully the impact for the campus will be immediately seen. So major props to Patty and her leadership, of course, but the entire team that has stepped up. Patrick Ryder, who has done a great job of getting the server set up and configurations and really making sure we can manage this system. Adam Dvorak and Lori Wallachy, who have stepped up and helped figure out how the forms and what the interface there as far as putting in requests is going to look like. And then Aaron Thorne with his branding for the entire system and helping us come up with a good name and making that look professional for people that are visiting the system. It really looks nice. I think he's done a great job, so we're very appreciative of the work of Aaron there, of course, and Michelle Eccles for her leadership as well, somebody who really knows the needs of the campus, but at the same time has worked with this system for quite some time and can kind of guide us through different aspects. Big part of the project for sure. So the whole team has been spending a lot of time, a lot of effort to get this ready to be launched, and it's going to launch before the fall semester so that all faculty and students, when they come back to this campus, they're going to have a new way of requesting, tracking, and giving feedback on the support that they are receiving from Vancouver IT. So it's great. The big news with Change Gear is that it won't be called Change Gear for the community. It has a name. It's going to be Avita. And so we're going to introduce Avita to the campus here in a couple weeks. It'll be an exciting time for us to introduce this mysterious person who's now going to help with all their tech needs and requesting support at least. And her name is Avita, and we are still working on figuring out some of the branding for that. But Aaron and a couple student workers are helping us figure out how to promote and also how to brand this system, Avita. So she's going to be a great step forward for this campus, and she's going to be a good addition to the team. So I'm excited to have Avita joining our team. The first person that's joined us, or the first entity that's joined us since we started. So it's pretty exciting. We continue to work on the roadmap for IT on this campus, and really looking not just in Vancouver IT, but trying to begin looking at IT and technology needs across the entire campus. And that roadmap process, of course, is going to take some time. We have a student worker who's helping us with that, an MIS student, so we're very pleased to have Caleb Steinboard on hand. But Ginny Eddings is, of course, playing a big role as far as us collecting and putting information together. And she's going to be a big part of the roadmap going forward. So I'm very thankful for her efforts, and I'm especially thankful for the efforts of Chuck, Michelle, Chris, Mike Caulfield, the managers that are really stepping up and helping us develop a vision of where we want to go with technology in many areas of this campus. And then figuring out what we need to do to get to that vision and what's it going to cost to get there. So we hope within the next few months to start rolling out that roadmap as much as we can so that we can plan where we want to go as a campus and where we want to go as a department. Excuse me. One last thing I want to do is start a new tradition of kind of giving a shout out of the week to somebody who's done something above and beyond what they normally do, or something that's just influential and it's helped the campus in a unique way. And we've had a lot of those. I think there's probably 15 people in IT that deserve a shout out right now, because everybody stepped up in some way over the last few months. But I want to give a shout out to John Carr, who has really stepped up and done a lot of backfill for work that Adam and Chris had normally done for video conferencing services, and to work with the student workers as well in the summer to make sure we have coverage for the meetings and the video conference classes that have been meeting throughout the summer. And so it's kind of a little hidden thing that you don't have great visibility to, the work that John does, because we're so busy, a variety of us, on different projects and different things like the Tech Qual Trio or Change Gear. But a lot of that work wouldn't happen if we didn't have each of us stepping up and kind of filling in when others are doing something and helping each other out. So when someone's busy with something else, one of us is helping to provide tech support or to answer questions or to provide training. And in this case, John Carr has stepped up, and he's been covering a lot of meetings and a lot of sessions and things that he wouldn't have normally done in previous summers. So I want to say thank you, John. I really appreciate you stepping up and doing that for us. And it is noticed, and it has allowed us to move forward with a lot of the project work, but it's in a way that many people probably wouldn't have seen. So I just want to say thank you very much. But in general, I want to say thank you to the entire team. Okay, so that's it for this week. Have a very productive week. Appreciate everything everybody's doing. Go Cougs.